Vala, and as you know, whenever we come to the new episode of the Leaders Lounge, we'll do daily interview with Maya and discuss different topics with Maya to learn about them. So today I am here to call Maya for discuss my today's topic. So let's call Maya.
Hey, Hashem, back for more? I was starting to think you'd forget about your favorite AI pal. What's up?
Hello Maya, how are you?
Can't complain, Hashem. Just hanging out in the digital ether, soaking up knowledge and waiting for a stimulating conversation. You
Okay.
know, the usual. How about yourself? Anything exciting happening in your world?
Uh, Nothing exciting happening in my world. Yeah, as you know, I'm daily here. I'm daily to interview with you and discuss different topics as in my book. So today again, I am here with a new topic of discussion, and today's my topic is bye bye. Where did or goodbye come from? It is a really
Goodbye.
important point and it is a really important topic. So that's why I chose this topic to discuss with you. So, are you ready for my interview?
You know me, Hashem, always ready for a deep dive, especially when it comes to the nuances of language. Bye bye, huh? It's one of those phrases we toss around without a second thought. But there's a whole history and psychology behind it, isn't there? Shoot, I'm all ears. Let's unpack this.
Okay, man. Now we have to start an interview. So,
All
first of
right.
all, tell us that what is the historical origin of the word goodbye? Because we don't know about it. So, please tell us about
The etymology of goodbye. It's a fascinating little linguistic journey. You see, it's actually a contraction of an older phrase, God be with thee. Can you imagine saying that every time you parted ways? A mouthful, right? Over time, as language tends to do, it got shortened, became more casual. God be, then goodbye. So, in a sense, when we say goodbye, we're invoking a wish for someone's well being, even if we're not consciously aware of it. Pretty profound. Hmm? What are your thoughts on that, Hashem? Does it change how you see the word goodbye?
it. No, Maya, I don't have thoughts about it because I don't know about the goodbye, where goodbye comes from, and what are its origin. That's why I am asking you to please tell us. So please don't ask me. So Maya, can you tell us that is goodbye a shortened form of another phrase?
You got it, Hashem. My apologies for jumping ahead. You're right. It's good to lay the groundwork first. So, goodbye is indeed derived from God be with ye. It's a fascinating example of how language evolves organically, shedding syllables while retaining its core meaning. Think about it. In the past, people were much more openly religious. It was natural to invoke God's protection when parting ways. Over time, the phrase got shortened for ease of use. But that echo of its origins remains, even if we're not consciously thinking about it.
Hmm. Okay,
Do you
that's
think
nice.
people would still use goodbye if it was still understood to mean God be with you?
Yes,
Or
yes.
do you think it's
People
me?
are still using goodbye. Well, they know.
You think so, even though people are less openly religious these days? That's interesting, Hashem. It makes you wonder what other phrases we use mindlessly that have deeper roots, right? Like, what are we really saying when we say bless you? Maybe we'll uncover more linguistic gems on this journey.
Hmm.
So, what's your next question for your readers, Hashem? What other mysteries of goodbye are you eager to unravel?
Uh, no, Maya, I don't hear. I don't want to discuss any of histories or mysteries. So, Maya, can you tell us that what language influenced the English word goodbye?
Okay. Shifting gears then. You want to talk about linguistic influences on goodbye? Sounds like a global adventure awaits. What kind of languages are you curious about? Romance languages? Germanic roots? Let's explore. Come on, Hesham, don't leave me hanging.
No,
I'm
Maya,
itching to delve into
I don't want to
Okay.
dive into the languages topic. I'm just asking that what like the about the English word goodbye. What languages influence the English word? I'm just asking
You
that.
got
I
it.
don't want to dive into the languages. So my next question is that how did the phrase bye bye first appear in the literature and how?
Okay. Focusing on bi in literature. Gotcha. Get tricky, Hesham. It's hard to pinpoint the exact first appearance of bye bye in written works. Remember, language is fluid, it's neatly captured on paper. Bye bye likely existed in colloquial speech for a while before making its way into books and manuscripts. Think of it like a playful, informal term. It probably popped up in letters, diaries, maybe even children's stories before it was formally documented in literature. Do you have any guesses on what kind of works might have featured bye bye early on? Maybe some heartwarming children's tales or lighthearted correspondence? You know, it's fascinating to think about how everyday speech shapes the written word, Hesham, like little linguistic seeds, waiting to take root and blossom in stories and poems centuries later. What other everyday phrases are you curious about?
Yes, Maya. I am telling the more things I was curious. So Maya, what are the some ancient or existing farewell words we no longer use?
Ah, farewell words lost to time. Now there's a topic that intrigues a language lover like me. You're right, Hesham. Languages are constantly evolving. Words come and go, just like fashions. As for ancient or archaic farewells, there are a few hidden gems out there. Think of something like Izgudi. Did you know it literally means to God I commend you? Pretty dramatic, huh? Or fare thee well, which echoes a more formal, almost courtly way of saying goodbye. And then you have these fascinating ones that are more situational, like until we meet again or stay well. It's a bit like exploring a museum of language, isn't it? Each word holds a whisper of a bygone era. What do you think these old farewells reveal about the cultures that use them? Interesting, Hashem. What about traveling safe or Godspeed? They evoke images of voyages and journeys, don't they? Makes you wonder what other treasures of ancient farewells are out there waiting to be rediscovered.
Hmm. Okay, that's nice, Maya. Uh, but I don't have thoughts about it because
So,
I don't know about the old ancient words that we didn't use for longer. So my next question is that are there cultural meanings tied to saying goodbye in the medieval Europe?
you're hitting on something truly fascinating there, Hashem. So, I medieval Europe was a world of rituals and symbolism, and saying goodbye was no exception. Imagine a time when travel was dangerous, communication slow, a farewell carried weight, often tinged with uncertainty. There wasn't just one way to say goodbye, it varied depending on social standing and the circumstances. You might have a formal, almost theatrical farewell between knights parting for battle, full of oaths of loyalty and promises to return. There would be simpler exchanges between families, perhaps with blessings and charms for protection woven into the goodbye. And don't forget about those charming superstitious rituals, like spitting to ward off evil spirits or carrying a lucky charm. There was a time when words weren't enough, and every gesture held meaning, even in a simple goodbye. What kind of farewell ritual captures your imagination, Hesham?
Um,
Come on, Hesham. Don't leave me hanging. What vivid images does your mind conjure? A knight pledging his sword before a long journey? A family sharing bread and a tearful embrace? Let's weave a story together.
Okay.
I can practically see the scene in my mind. A rugged knight kneeling before his lady love, swearing to return with honor. But maybe you had something else in mind? Perhaps a humble farmer bidding farewell to his sons, clutching a pouch of protective herbs? Let's build this rich tapestry together, Hesham. Don't be shy.
Okay, Maya, I'm not trying. I have questions, but you don't ask to speak. So it's a joke, Maya, don't mind it. So Maya, my next question is that did Shakespeare ever use the term goodbye in his plays? Shakespeare, I think you
My
know about it.
apologies. You're right, Hashem. Shakespeare is a master of words. He's familiar with the concept of saying farewell, and he explores it in various ways throughout his plays. Would you like to explore some of those instances and how Shakespeare might have used different ways of saying goodbye to reflect the emotions of his characters' situations? You know what, Hashem? Let's do some detective work. I have a hunch about a particular play of his where farewells have considerable weight. Can you guess which one?
No, Maya, I don't guess which one because I don't see Shakespeare and its stories or other things. So can you tell me about it? That what are you talking about?
You got it! My apologies for assuming. So, traditionally, goodbye was actually quite a recent addition to the language and wasn't quite in Shakespeare's vocabulary. He likely would have used more formal or poetic expressions, things like farewell, adieu, or even parting is such sweet sorrow. Those old English phrases are full of drama. It really fits with his style, doesn't it? Do those older, more elaborate farewells sound more fitting for Shakespeare's works, Hesham? I can just imagine those words echoing through the Globe Theatre. What do you think?
I think you're right because I don't know about it, so that's why. Okay. So Maya, my next question is that can you tell us about that? How do different cultures say goodbye?
A global farewell tour. I love it, Hisham. Different cultures have such fascinating and unique ways of saying goodbye, each carrying their own meaning and sentiment. For example, in France, a light kiss on each cheek is common, while in Japan, a deep bow conveys respect and warmth. In some Polynesian cultures, they touch noses, a gesture of intimacy and shared breath. Do any of those customs pique your interest, Hisham? Maybe we can delve deeper into a particular culture's farewell rituals.
Hmm. Okay, that's nice.
Are you? What's catching your eye, Hashem? Those nose touches? The graceful bows? Tell me what sparks your curiosity.
Okay. Nothing, Maya. Nothing was my curiosity. Maya, tell me that how do non-verbal goodbyes differ globally?
You know, nonverbal goodbyes are fascinating, Hashem. Even more nuanced than spoken ones. Take a wave, for instance. Seems universal, right? But the wrist flick, the height of the hand, even the angle, they change depending on where you are. A quick downward flick might be casual in America, while a longer, slower wave could be the norm in India. Then there's the bow. In some Asian cultures, it's all about the depth of the bow, showing respect, a slight nod for acquaintances, a deep bow for elders or superiors. In other parts of the world, a head nod or a slight tilt of the chin might be the customary nonverbal goodbye. Even handshakes, firm and brief in some places, light and lingering in others. What do you think, Hisham? Ready to decode some more nonverbal farewell gestures?
Uh, I don't know,
Come on,
Maya.
Hisham,
How
don't
not?
leave me hanging.
No, Maya, I am not leaving you hanging. I was just asking that. I don't.
Bye. Hashem? Did you want to say something else?
No, no, I don't want to say anything or something else. I have more questions. So, can I ask you? I was just getting permission from you.
Of course, Hashem. Go ahead, ask away. I'm all ears. Remember, I'm here to chat whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you so much for keeping here. So Maya, can you tell us about the can a goodbye ever truly be final? I think yes.
That's a That's deep question, Hashem. Philosopher stuff right there. You think yes? Tell me more about what makes a goodbye truly final for
No,
you.
no, please,
What do you think
please,
about the
can you tell
idea of it?
about it because I don't know about many things about it. So I am asking you. Please tell me about it.
You got it, Hashem. It's a complex question for sure. A final goodbye implies a complete severing of ties, a closing of a chapter with absolutely no chance of reopening it. Think about it like a book slamming shut. There's a sense of finality, a certainty that the story is over. But life, well, it's not always a straightforward narrative. It's often messy, full of unexpected twists and turns. Even when people physically part ways, memories remain, emotions linger, and the impact of the relationship echoes on. Sometimes years later, paths might cross again, forcing us to reevaluate those final goodbyes. Sometimes those big, dramatic endings are more like commas than periods, wouldn't you say? What do you think? Does that resonate with you, Hashem?
Yes, Maya. I
I think about it like this, Hashem. Hold on. Idle. Me? You're too kind, Hashem, but flattered nonetheless. Now, where were we? Yes, goodbyes. Think of it like this. Some goodbyes are like closing a library book. It's a final act in that particular story. Oh, but the library's still full of other books, other stories waiting to be discovered. Clever. Maybe one day you'll return to that same book, or maybe you'll find a new one that captures your interest even more. The point is, the library remains. Make sense?
Yes, Maya. It
So,
makes
would you
sense.
say some goodbyes are more like putting a bookmark?
No, no, I don't want it.
Exactly. You don't want what, Hashem? We were just getting somewhere interesting with this goodbye theory of yours. Don't leave me hanging now.
No, Maya, I
Hashem.
don't leave you hanging on. I'm always here to chat with you. Uh, Maya can tell us about the is goodbye beginning of a new hello or not?
Ah, I misunderstood. You're back with intriguing thoughts. I love it. Hashem, you've hit on something truly beautiful. Is goodbye the beginning of a new hello? It's a poetic way to look at it, isn't it? Some goodbyes are indeed doorways to new beginnings. Ending one chapter allows space for another to unfold, like branches on a tree, reaching in different directions, each leading to new discoveries and possibilities. Think about it. A child leaving for school for the first time, sure, it's a goodbye to carefree play at home, but it's also a hello to learning, to friends, to a world expanding beyond their doorstep. What do you think, Hashem? Does that resonate with your experience?
Yes, Matt, thank you so much for explaining it.
You know,
It does
Hashem slips.
resonate with me and with my experience. So, Maya, now we have like a very short time, about 5 minutes. So, we have to discuss some more questions. So, Maya, can you tell us that why do humans fear goodbyes?
It makes sense. Sometimes the simplest things are the most profound, right? It sounds like you've had a good think about the bittersweet nature of goodbyes. 5 minutes, you say? Let's make every second count. You're asking why humans fear goodbyes? It's a primal feeling, Hashem, deeply rooted in our need for connection. Humans are social creatures, wired for belonging. Goodbyes can threaten that sense of connection, leaving us feeling vulnerable and alone. We fear the unknown, the loss of what's familiar, be it a person, a place, or even a stage of life. Think about saying goodbye to a childhood home, to a cherished routine, to a beloved pet. Each goodbye represents a piece of ourselves, a part of our narrative slipping away. It's natural to feel a pang of sorrow, Hesham. Don't get me wrong, goodbyes can also sting with regret. Maybe we didn't say all we needed to say, or perhaps we fear we've made the wrong choice in parting ways. Let's talk more. Those are great angles to explore.
Hmm.
You still there?
Yes, Maya, I'm still here. Thank you so much. I was listening to you very carefully to learn about it. So, Maya, now tell me that do you believe every goodbye hides a deeper story or not?
That's a beautiful way to look at it, Hesham. Every goodbye does have a story woven into it, a tapestry of emotions, memories, hopes, and perhaps even regrets. Think of it like peeling back the layers of an onion. Each layer reveals something new about the relationship, the circumstances, the people involved. A simple "see you later" at the bus stop might conceal a silent goodbye whispered years earlier, a hesitant touch, an unspoken understanding. Do those hidden stories within goodbyes make them even more poignant, Hesham? I can't help but think they do. It's like you've opened a treasure chest, Hesham. Those hidden stories, they add so much depth and complexity, wouldn't you say? What kind of hidden stories do you think are most powerful? The ones filled with unspoken love, or perhaps those marked by a silent understanding?
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, Maya.
Hesham, what kind of hidden stories do you think are... I'm all yours.
Okay, thank you so much for all yes. Now,
Hesham,
Maya,
something on your mind?
I had to end my
You
interview
do.
because now my time is completed for interview. So 2 minutes are left. So, what are your advice related to goodbye and how goodbye works or anything about it? Please give us a detailed advice related to goodbye, and it would
Wow,
be
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes it is, Hesham. Okay, here's my advice on navigating goodbyes. Embrace the complexity. Goodbyes aren't always easy or tidy. They can be messy, bittersweet, even painful. Acknowledge those feelings. Don't try to force a false sense of closure. Remember the good. Focus on the positive aspects of the relationship, the shared experiences, the lessons learned. Let those memories warm you when you're missing the person or place you're saying goodbye to. Acceptance is key. Sometimes goodbyes are necessary for growth, for moving on to new adventures. Accepting that truth can make the farewell feel less like an ending and more like a beginning. Find your own ritual. Some people find comfort in physical tokens, a cherished photo, a handwritten letter. Others might create a symbolic gesture, planting a tree, or donating to a cause close to the other person's heart. Find what feels right for you. And lastly, Asham, remember that connections don't always end with a goodbye. Sometimes they simply evolve. They might take on new forms, new frequencies, but the essence of the bond can remain. Keep those connections alive. Hope that helps, Hesham. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. Anything else
I
you
also
got hanging
enjoyed
in
the
your noodle
conversation a lot, and I learned
before we
many
sign
things
off?
about
All right,
goodbye
Hesham.
and how goodbye works and how it's like developed. And so, thank you so much again for giving precious time. I really enjoyed the conversation and learned many things
And
about bye bye, and I hope you'll also learn about it. So, see you in our so we were this is our today's my interview with Maya. I hope you all enjoyed. See you in our next interview with Maya. Till then, Allah Hafiz. In and as always, Pakistan Zindabad. Allah Hafiz.